So it's the next day now. I've scoured the internet looking for pictures of people who have this engine, and I was just trying to figure out the Kawasaki. They have a rectifier, which is that silver box on that side. I've seen some pictures where on top of the white, on top of the silver box, there's a black box that's supposed to be the voltage regulator. Well, I don't have one of those black boxes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it may not be working. I thought I might have fried my stator. So that was my problem, my outstanding problem, was that my stator didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't charging the battery anymore. So you guys know my friend Scott Keller. He's the guy that always comments. He's very critical about stuff. He tells me that I put in the wrong type of oil and that I need to do this and I need to do that. And I'm like kind of fed up with him sometimes, you know. But I tell you, guy knows his stuff. So you know what? He was texting me today and I says, oh, for God's sakes, let me call the guy, right? So we talked on the phone for a bit. He's a really nice guy, man. Anyway, he told me exactly what I needed to do. I went out and I dug out the old harness from the John Deere RX75 riding mower where I got that engine from. This is from a John Deere riding mower, rear engine, small, only 9 horsepower. So I was telling him about that harness, and he says, oh, I was describing everything on the harness to him, and I was describing this, where the hell is it now? Damn it. Oh, there it is. This thing right here. He told me that, because this thing was on the harness of that John Deere harness, he told me this black thing is the voltage regulator. So it has a red and black wire that goes in, obviously just a power line, you know, negative ground and positive power lead, right? And goes through this regulator thing, right? And it comes out one red wire, and I connected the red wire to this black wire that goes to the stator. So I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is that going to do? I mean, even if I connected a multimeter directly to the black wire with the flywheel spinning, you got to have at least current, AC current, right? A voltage regulator only converts the AC to DC, right? So then I thought my stator was busted because no current at all. 0.00 comes out of that with the engine running, right? So he told me, well, this is a Kawasaki. They do things really strange, kind of like the Hondas, you know? It's Japanese know-how. So things got to be grounded. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, screw that. I mean, I'll try it, but it didn't make any sense to me. Sure enough, I connected the voltage regulator to the black stator wire. I connected the power to a lead, black to negative ground, right? And while this engine was not charging, the current never went up, right? I just connected that voltage regulator and check this out. Charging the battery, 98, 99, 13 volts and rising. Continuously rising. How about that, huh? Man, I am so stoked. One phone call with Scott Keller, and there you go. I got the voltage regulator on there. This engine's running smooth, starts up great. It's now charging the battery. Man, I'm almost done with this, man. All I got to do now is mount this gas tank in there somewhere, right? Somehow. I'm going to get like a old Tecumseh engine shroud cover where it has the attachments to the gas tank, right? I'm gonna grind it out and bend the metal sides and then fit it in there somehow so that this thing will sit like, I mean, I have to get a longer fuel hose, but you know what I'm saying. It'll fit like where most lawn tractors have, a gas tank right here, you know what I'm saying? so that it's gravity fed. It's got to be higher than the engine. So I'll just manage to, I don't know, maybe I could just like zip tie it over here with a big zip tie or something. It's a pretty good bracket over here, you know. So I think that'll work, you know, and then I'll put the front cover on and go for a spin. I got to take care of these tires though. I might have to put a tube in there. But we've got this engine sorted out, man. It's taken 7 episodes pretty much to work on this thing. And I mean, it really wasn't all that hard. It's just been time consuming, and I have been pretty busy with this new puppy and stuff. So anyway, it's the weekend, you know, I figured I'd come out here, and I had like an hour or so to kill. So man, this is great, man. I'm stoked. All right, Scott Keller, I'll give it to you. I know you criticized me a lot, but I have to thank you. Thanks for that tip. We got my stator working. My battery is now charging with this situation, right? And it's thanks to you to help me fix that problem. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's Scott Keller. He seems to be a good guy. He's interested in my Homelight K-Series Kohler engine generator here. Maybe him and I will do a trade in the future. The near future, hopefully. See you guys later. Now that I've got the stator all worked out, time to put the engine back together. Now I have to work on trying to make some kind of bracket for this fuel tank. I tried looking into other fuel tanks. Like I have a couple of snowblower fuel tanks and a couple of Briggs & Stratton ones. But they all seem to carry about the same amount of fuel, so really no point. This little Tecumseh one seems to fit pretty well. Remember, I'm not going to go on long journeys and stuff. It's just mowing the lawn. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of fuel. Just have to fill it up more often than the garden one, you know? So I put it all together again. I've tried different ways to mount this fuel tank. I had a longer wire that took it right over here, and I had it jigged right around there, and it seemed to have a nice free clear flow straight to the fuel tank, but for some reason it really wasn't getting that much fuel. I had one of these fuel filters on there, and it hardly looked like any was trickling down, you know. So I think the line was just too long, you know. And so basically what worked the best was really easy. Just clear shot right down into the carburetor. No slack, no build up where that it has to go back up again, you know. So the line being the shortest that it is has a clear shot of the fuel free flowing right into the carburetor. This works the best. Not to mention the fact that when this was in there, I had a difficult time trying to fill up the tank, you know what I mean? Because this nozzle was underneath this, you know, so it was tough. You know, this works, man. Whatever. My next obstacle is this. So I'm putting the hood on, right? That tells you that I'm almost done. But look at this. Look at the muffler tip. I gotta chop off a piece. I gotta chop that tailpipe off a little, because looks like I gotta chop off like what do you think? It curves in, so once it's all said and done, I'm thinking half of that. I'm gonna chop it right there in half, and then hopefully when it's closed, exhaust will blow out of here. Alright. Dope. that's gonna be a problem. That's blowing right into this area here. That's not good. I might have to chop a big hole right here. Yep, that's not gonna work. That's right. You know I gotta have headlights. I chopped the entire pipe off, well, most of it, so that it has that clearance, you know. The reason why I couldn't drill a hole here is because the metal bracket that holds this hood on is right here. So I might just leave it the way it is, see how it runs, if it doesn't melt anything too badly. I think there's enough room in between so that it'll just be like black scoring and stuff, but I don't think it'll actually melt the plastic. If it does, I'll cut it even more, or try to find a 90-degree angle tube to point the exhaust backwards, or forwards, or backwards. So hell, I don't know. I'll go to Home Depot and check out the pipes, see if there's a 90-degree angle pipe. It seems like it might be alright, you know? It's not extremely hot. Yeah, man. Still kind of strange. But how about it, man? You guys remember what this was like when I first got it? It was completely in shambles. This is what it looked like before. This Scott riding mower that was listed on the Facebook Marketplace. It's a Scott lawn tractor made by John Deere. It's one of those, yeah. It's 17.5 horsepower, 42 wide. Used to be a Kohler Command 17. Anyway, so the guy wanted, I don't know, he had it up there for like $35, and then he lowered it at $28. And I wrote him and I says, hey, I'll come get it for free if you ever decide to chuck it out. He goes, come and get it. So I would only come and get it if it was worth it for me, you know what I'm saying? So it was in Huntington, where I live. It wasn't far at all. It was like 5 minutes. So my brother is actually in town. That's right. Mowers and Blowers 2. He was in town, and we're actually going on vacation soon. And that's my bro and my mom. So he came to visit, you know, and the place was not far, like 5 minutes. So I told my brother, I said, hey, you want to come with me on a pick? He's like, all right. So we drove about 5 minutes, 7 minutes, got to the guy's place. He was just like me. He had a couple of dune buggies. He had riding mowers everywhere. And just gave this thing to me for free. Obviously, maybe he wasn't, but the guy who got rid of it didn't want anybody else to benefit from it because he felt bad about throwing it out. You know, that's usually why you would take spray paint and do that to the seat, because he didn't want anybody else to use it, you know, somebody selfish like that. And you know, he spray painted the thing here and there, and you know, just so nobody else could use it, you know. So the spiteful, oh, ready? Here, look at that. He purposely slashed the tires so nobody could use it. That one actually looks okay. This one slashed, and the front one actually looks okay. But anyway, so the deck is still good. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with this. Actually, I'm questioning myself why I even got it. You know what I'm saying? But when I looked at the picture, I said, all right, well, I could use the hood, I could use the lights, I could use the push bar, I could use the rims, the wheels, the deck, you know, that. I could use that. I could use the quadrants, you know. Gas tank, transmission, height shifter. I actually just bought one of those damn things too. That was for Pete Lombardi's Husqvarna. Didn't have one. I actually bought one for like $6. last week. If I only knew! No battery, no engine. Got the headlights in there. The cowling. Look at this. 307 hours. That's not very much. I'm wondering why this is even lit up. It's got no battery. There's no battery and the light and LED lights on. It's a little internal battery in there. Anyway, I don't know. So I'm going on vacation for a week, you know, and so I'm just parking this in my backyard because I literally have no other place to put it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this right now. I guess I'll think about it while I'm in the Bahamas. So yeah, that's about it. And look at it now. Pretty amazing, actually. I always wanted to do this, put like a small little push mower type engine into a lawn tractor and making it work. And it certainly works. Anyway, that was fun. This project is pretty much done. On to the next thing. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. So I'll tie up some loose ends on this tractor, but from the dead, it's got an engine and it runs. See that?